Hello, and welcome back to Sleep Science Studio. My name is Thomas, and I am so pleased you have chosen to join me here tonight. This is a quiet place, a sanctuary designed for your mind to unwind, to let go of the day, and to drift into a state of deep and peaceful rest. As we begin our session, I invite you to find a position of absolute comfort, one where your body feels completely supported and at ease. Allow the weight of your body to settle, to become a part of the surface beneath you, a gentle anchor in this present, peaceful moment. There is nothing required of you here, no tasks to complete, no problems to solve, simply the gentle act of being, of listening, of resting. Our purpose together is simple: to create a space of intellectual comfort, a sonic blanket woven from the wonders of science to help guide you towards sleep. So let my voice be a gentle guide, a steady and reassuring presence in the quiet of your room as you begin to let the day recede. The world outside, with all its noise and complexity, can wait until morning. For now, this time belongs entirely to you and to your rest. We are here to explore the universe's quietest and most profound secrets, not as a challenge, but as a gentle lullaby for the curious mind. Welcome once again to our shared space of tranquility. Welcome to Sleep Science Studio. Let us begin our journey together into the calm. I often wonder where you might be listening from tonight, in which corner of this beautiful spinning world you have found a place to rest. Perhaps you are in a city, where the distant hum of life creates its own kind of white noise, a symphony of a world winding down. Or maybe you are somewhere more rural, where the only sounds are the whisper of the wind, or the gentle chorus of the night. What time is it in your part of the world? Has the sun long since set, leaving behind a sky of deep indigo and distant stars? Or is dusk just now settling in, painting the clouds in soft shades of orange and violet as the day makes its graceful exit? It doesn't really matter where you are or what time it is. The physics we will explore tonight are universal, unbound by time zones or geography. We are all connected by these fundamental rules, all sharing this moment under the same quiet, cosmic laws, which is a comforting thought. Wherever you are, I hope you feel safe. I hope you feel secure. And I hope you are ready to let your mind drift. Know that thousands of others are listening along with you tonight, all seeking the same peace, the same quiet refuge from the world. You are part of a silent community, a collective of minds settling into stillness, and there is a profound sense of peace in that shared experience. As we continue to settle in, if you find value in this time we spend together, a simple like helps our studio reach others who might need it. And if you wish to join us for future explorations into the science of sleep and relaxation, consider subscribing to Sleep Science Studio. There is no pressure, of course. The most important thing is your comfort and your journey towards a state of deep and uninterrupted rest. Our goal here is to create content that is just interesting enough to hold your attention, to keep your mind from wandering to anxious thoughts. But I must confess, I always hope that our topic for the evening isn't quite interesting enough to keep you awake for the entire duration. In fact, the greatest compliment you can give is to drift off long before we reach the end of our journey together tonight. That is the true purpose of Sleep Science Studio, to be the gentle, scientific murmur that accompanies you into the world of dreams. So please, feel no obligation to hear every word. Your subconscious will absorb the calm, and your mind will take what it needs to feel secure. Your only task is to relax, to breathe, and to allow the gentle tide of sleep to pull you out into its calm and quiet ocean. Let the need to, learn, or understand simply dissolve. Just let the concepts and the sounds wash over you like a gentle, flowing stream. And now, for our customary disclaimer, I am not a medical professional, and the content provided here is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This session is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you have concerns about your sleep, please consult with a qualified healthcare provider. Our goal is not to treat, but to soothe, to provide a peaceful environment where your own natural ability to rest can flourish and take hold. So let's take a moment to deepen that sense of comfort. If you haven't already, perhaps dim the lights in your room a little further. Notice the quality of the darkness. It is not an emptiness, but a soft, velvety presence. A blanket for your eyes, signaling that the day is done. Take a slow, deep breath. Inhale gently through your nose and feel the cool air as it travels inward, bringing a sense of calm. And now, exhale just as slowly, a long, quiet sigh of release, letting go of any tension you might be holding in your shoulders, your jaw, or your hands. Feel the weight of the blankets upon you, a reassuring pressure, a gentle gravity that holds you securely in place, safe and sound. With each breath, feel your body becoming heavier, softer, and more deeply relaxed, sinking just a little further into comfort and stillness. Your mind is becoming quieter now. The frantic thoughts of the day are slowing down, their edges softening as you drift in this peaceful space. And from this place of deep calm, we can begin our quiet journey. Tonight we are venturing into a realm that is both infinitesimally small and infinitely vast. We are going to explore the strange and beautiful world of quantum physics, a world that underpins everything we see and everything we are. Now, do not worry if that sounds complex. We will be treading very gently. There will be no equations, no tests, and no expectations. Think of this not as a lecture, but as a bedtime story about the secret life of the universe, told in a way that is designed to soothe. We will be exploring concepts that are counterintuitive, ideas that defy our everyday experience of the world, and that is perfectly all right. The quantum realm operates on a different set of rules. A different kind of logic, a logic that is more like a dream than a machine. And in that dreamlike quality, there is a strange kind of comfort, a permission for things to be uncertain, mysterious, and full of potential. Our journey will take us beneath the surface of the solid, predictable world we know, down to the foundational layer of reality itself. We will simply float through these ideas, observing them with a gentle curiosity, allowing their wonder to quiet the mind and encourage rest. So let your mind relax its grip on certainty. Let go of the need for things to make perfect sense, and let us drift together into the quantum foam. Let us begin by considering the texture of reality itself. In our everyday world, things seem smooth, continuous. If you run your hand along a polished table, it feels like a single, unbroken surface. If you watch water flowing from a tap, it appears as a solid, uninterrupted stream. This is the world our senses are built to understand, a world of smooth gradients and solid forms. But this perception, as comforting as it is a magnificent illusion, a beautiful summary of a much deeper, more granular truth. The universe, at its most fundamental level, is not a smooth painting. It is a fantastically detailed mosaic, assembled from an infinite number of tiny, discrete tiles. This is the first and most fundamental idea of the quantum world, the concept of the quanta, va. The word itself simply means a quantity, a specific amount. It suggests that energy, light, and indeed all the fundamental components of the universe do not come in a continuous flow. Instead, they exist in tiny, indivisible packets. Imagine a beam of light, not as a steady river, but as a stream of countless individual droplets of light, each carrying a specific, minuscule amount of energy. Each droplet is a quantum of light, what we now call a photon. This discovery was the beginning of it all, the gentle realization that reality is pixelated. This granularity is governed by a universal constant of nature, a number so small it is almost impossible to comprehend, known as the Planck constant. It is, in a sense, the pixel size of our universe. It represents the smallest possible action, the tiniest possible step that can be taken. Anything below this threshold simply cannot exist. It is the fundamental resolution of reality. Think of a digital photograph. From a distance, it looks like a perfect continuous image. But as you zoom in, closer and closer, you begin to see the individual pixels. The quantum world is simply our universe viewed at the ultimate level of zoom, where the pixels of existence become visible. This idea of a pixelated reality extends to everything, not just light, but energy, momentum, and the very fabric of space-time itself. There is a smallest possible distance, a shortest possible moment of time. It means that between one point and the next, there aren't an infinite number of steps, but a finite, albeit unimaginably large, number. This is a profoundly calming thought. It implies that the universe, for all its vastness, is not an overwhelming, chaotic infinity. It is structured. It has rules. It is built upon a foundation of finite, countable, and understandable pieces. The cosmos is not a terrifying void, but an ordered, intricate, and ultimately knowable structure. Consider for a moment the silence in your room. It feels absolute, continuous. But even that silence is composed of quanta. The air is made of individual molecules, each with a specific packet of kinetic energy. The faint warmth in the room is carried by infrared photons, each a discrete packet of light. The very space you occupy is thought to be a bubbling foam of quantum fields, constantly creating and annihilating virtual particles. The smooth, silent world we perceive is the grand average of this incredible, silent, and ceaseless quantum dance. You are resting not in emptiness, but in a subtle, vibrant, and perfectly balanced quantum field. So as you lie there, feeling the solidness of the surface beneath you, know that this feeling of solidity is an emergent property. It is the collective behavior of trillions upon trillions of atoms, each one a fuzzy cloud of quantum probability, all agreeing to hold their position relative to one another. The boundary between you and the world is not as sharp as it seems. It is a gentle, buzzing frontier of quantum interactions, a soft, statistical boundary. This doesn't make the world less real. It makes it more wondrous, more deeply interconnected. The floor is holding you, and you are holding the floor, in a quiet, quantum agreement. Let's allow that idea to settle. The world is not what it seems. It is granular, pixelated, and made of countable things. This is the first gentle step away from our everyday intuition and into this strange new territory. It requires us to let go of our assumption that what we see is all there is. It invites us to imagine a world built from the bottom up, from the smallest possible pieces, into the grand reality we experience. It's a quiet truth that underpins everything, working silently and perfectly in the background, ensuring the stability and structure of the universe, allowing you this moment of peaceful rest. Now, let us take another gentle step into the quantum realm to explore what is perhaps its most famous and beautiful paradox, the duality of waves and particles. In our world, things are one or the other. A thrown stone is a particle. It exists in one place at one time. The ripple it creates in a pond is a wave. It is spread out, a disturbance in a medium. They are distinct, separate concepts. But in the quantum world, this distinction dissolves. Everything, an electron, a photon, even you, has both a particle-like nature and a wave-like nature, simultaneously. It is not a contradiction, but a deeper, more holistic description of reality. Imagine a single electron, one of the fundamental building blocks of matter. When we are not looking at it, when we are not trying to measure its position, it does not behave like a tiny solid ball. Instead, it behaves like a wave. Not a wave in water, but a wave of potential. Lullaby. It is a gentle, spread-out ripple of probability. This wave describes all the possible places the electron could be if we were to look for it. It is not in any one of those places, but rather exists as a haze of pure potential, a cloud of possibility, distributed across space according to the shape of this wave. This wave-like state is the natural, resting state of a quantum object. It is a state of undecided potential. Think of a musical chord played on a piano. Is it the individual notes or is it the unified sound that fills the room? It is, of course, both at once. The quantum wave is like that chord, a superposition of many possibilities, all existing in harmony. The electron is not at point A or point B or point C. It is in a state that is a combination of A and B and C and every other possible location, all at the same time. It exists in a gentle, probabilistic dream until the moment of observation. But what happens when we try to find the electron? The moment we measure it, the moment we interact with it to ask, "Where are you?" something remarkable occurs. The wave of potential instantly vanishes. It is often described as a cool collapse. Cool. The spread out, hazy cloud of possibility coalesces into a single definite point. And at that point, we find our electron, behaving just like a good, solid particle. It is as if the universe, upon being asked a direct question, provides a direct answer. The potential becomes actual, the dream becomes reality. But only when we look. This is the essence of wave-particle duality. An object is a wave when we don't measure it, and a particle when we do. It's a strange and beautiful idea. It suggests that at its core, reality is not made of things, but of possibilities. The fundamental state of the universe is a vast ocean of potential, and the solid objects we perceive are the crests of those waves, momentarily solidified by their interaction with the world. It's as though the universe holds its breath, existing in a state of infinite possibility, and our every interaction, our every glance, crystallizes a tiny piece of it into a temporary, definite form. This doesn't just apply to tiny electrons. This duality applies to everything, though it becomes less noticeable as objects get larger. Even a grain of sand has a wave associated with it, but because the grain is so massive compared to an electron, its wavelength is incredibly tiny, far too small to ever be detected. The object's particle-like nature completely dominates, so our everyday world of solid, predictable objects is perfectly preserved. It is simply the large-scale consequence of this underlying quantum reality. The classical world emerges from the quantum world, just as a smooth coastline is formed by trillions of individual grains of sand. So as you rest, you can consider that every atom in your body, every particle that constitutes your being, has this dual nature. In your quiet stillness, you are a collection of trillions upon trillions of probability waves, all perfectly choreographed. You are a symphony of potential, momentarily collapsed into the beautiful, definite form that is you. It's a testament to the incredible organizing principles of nature, a quiet miracle of quantum mechanics that allows for the emergence of such complex and stable structures from a foundation of pure, uncertain potential. Let this gentle paradox soothe your mind. Things can be two seemingly contradictory things at once: a particle and a wave, a specific location and a cloud of possibility. This ambiguity is not a flaw in our understanding. It is the very nature of existence at this level. Allowing for this ambiguity, this lack of sharp definition, can be a form of mental release. It gives us permission to not have all the answers, to simply rest in the mystery. The universe itself is comfortable with uncertainty, so perhaps we can be too, as we drift deeper into relaxation. This leads us naturally to our next quiet observation, a concept that flows directly from wave-particle duality. It is often called the observer effect. This is the idea that the act of measuring a system fundamentally changes the system being measured. We just touched upon it. When we look for the electron, its wave of potential collapses into a particle at a single point. Our active observation seems to force reality to make a choice. The indefinite becomes definite. This has led to many strange interpretations, but the core scientific idea is quite simple and very calming in its mechanical nature. To observe a quantum particle, you must interact with it. You cannot see an electron with your eyes alone. You must bounce something off of it, usually another particle, like a photon of light. But an electron is incredibly tiny and delicate. The photon you use to see, it carries energy and momentum. The act of that photon striking the electron is not a gentle glance. It is a significant collision. It's like trying to find the exact position of a tiny floating speck of dust by throwing a baseball at it. The moment your baseball hits it, you know where it was, but you have also knocked it far away, changing its path and speed completely. So the observer effect is not a kind of cosmic magic. It is not that human consciousness itself has a mysterious power to alter reality. Rather, it is an unavoidable consequence of physics. At the quantum scale, the tools we must use to measure are of a similar scale to the things we are measuring. There is no way to observe without participating. There is no way to measure without disturbing. The observer is never separate from the system. This is a profound and humble truth. We are not detached spectators of the universe. We are an integral, inseparable part of its ongoing process. This idea can be a wonderful metaphor for our own lives as we seek rest. Sometimes, the act of trying too hard to observe our own state of relaxation, am I sleepy yet? Am I relaxed enough? Can be the very thing that disturbs it. The quantum world teaches us a gentle lesson. Sometimes, the most profound states can only exist when they are not being scrutinized. By letting go of the need to measure and analyze your own journey into sleep, you allow the wave of potential relaxation to exist in its natural, undisturbed state, gently guiding you toward rest without the disturbance of a direct question. The universe, it seems, has a shy and private nature. Its deepest truths are revealed not in the harsh glare of direct measurement, but in the subtle patterns and probabilities that emerge over time. The wave nature of a particle is its private state, its internal reality. The particle nature is its public face, the single answer it gives when forced to interact with the outside world. There is a deep peace in this. It means that not everything needs to be constantly measured, defined, and categorized. Some things can be allowed to simply exist in their state of pure, undefined potential. Think of the quantum world as an incredibly quiet, dark room. The particles within are like silent, sleeping creatures. To find one, you must turn on a flashlight. The beam of your flashlight, the photons, will illuminate one of the creatures, revealing its location, but it will also wake it up, causing it to stir and move. The act of seeing has changed the state of the room. You can know where something is, or you can allow the room to remain in its peaceful, undisturbed state. But you cannot do both at the same time. This is the trade-off at the heart of quantum mechanics. So as you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, consider yourself as part of this interconnected cosmic system. Your gentle presence in your room is a part of the local environment. Your warmth, your quiet breathing, these are all subtle interactions with the world around you. You are not separate from the quiet dance of quantum physics. You are the result of it. The stability of your body, the gentle rhythm of your heart, are all macroscopic manifestations of these fundamental, unavoidable interactions. You are a part of the universe observing itself, and in doing so, participating in its creation. Let's allow that concept to rest. The act of measurement is an act of interaction. We are not separate from what we observe. This is a humbling and connecting thought. It dissolves the illusion of a detached self and reminds us that we are woven into the very fabric of the reality we are trying to understand. There is no need to struggle against this. It is the nature of things. We can simply accept our role as participants in this grand cosmic process and allow ourselves to be carried along by its gentle, logical, and deeply mysterious currents as we drift closer to sleep. Now we are ready to float toward another of the quantum world's most gentle and mind-bending ideas. It is called superposition. We've already touched upon it when we spoke of the wave of potential. Superposition is the formal name for the idea that a quantum system, like an electron, can exist in a combination of multiple states at the same time. It is not in state A or state B. It is in a blurry mathematical combination of both state A and state B simultaneously. It is only when we make a measurement that it chooses one state to reveal to us. The most famous analogy for this is a spinning coin. While it is spinning in the air, it is neither heads nor tails. It is in a dynamic, whirring superposition of both states. You could say it is 50% heads and 50% tails, a blur of potential. It is only when the coin lands on the table, when it is measured, that it collapses into a single definite state, either heads or tails. The quantum particle, before observation, is like that spinning coin. It holds all its possible outcomes within itself as a shimmering, probabilistic haze. Let's consider an electron's spin, which is a quantum property. It can be measured as either spin up or spin down rule. Before we measure it, the electron is not one or the other. It is in a superposition of both spin up and spin down. It is a perfect, balanced blend of both possibilities. This is not a statement of our ignorance about its true state. It is a statement about its actual state. The reality of the electron is this mixed, potential-filled condition. The idea of it having a single, definite spin before we look is a classical idea that simply does not apply in this gentle, fuzzy realm. This ability to exist in multiple states at once is not a strange quirk. It is the very source of the quantum world's power and richness. It allows particles to explore all possible paths simultaneously. In some sense, a single particle can interfere with itself, its own wave of potential taking different routes and then recombining. This is what creates the beautiful, wave-like interference patterns seen in experiments, even when particles are sent one at a time. The particle, in its wave-like superposition state, travels every path at once, a silent, ghostly exploration of every possibility. Superposition is the engine of the quantum world. It allows for a level of complexity in computation that is impossible in our classical world. This very principle is what scientists are now trying to harness in the development of quantum computers, using the ability of quantum bits, or qubits, to be both 0 and 1 at the same time. They are trying to build machines that operate on the logic of the spinning coin, not the landed one. It is a way of embracing the universe's native language of possibility, rather than forcing it to speak our binary language of certainty. You can think of your own mind as you drift toward sleep as being in a state of superposition. You are not fully awake, nor are you fully asleep. You are in a gentle, hazy state in between, a blend of both. Thoughts and dreamlike images can coexist. The logical world and the world of imagination can overlap. This transitional state, this hypnagogic state, is a beautiful superposition of consciousness. Allow yourself to rest in this ambiguity. There is no need to force a collapse into one state or the other. Simply float in this space of potential, where the rules of the day no longer apply. So let the idea of superposition be a final, comforting thought for this part of our journey. Reality at its base is not a collection of hard facts, but a shimmering cloud of possibilities. Objects can exist in multiple states at once, holding their potential in a delicate, balanced dream. It is a universe that is far more fluid, more mysterious, and more interconnected than our senses reveal. And in that fluidity, there is a profound peace, a release from the tyranny of the definite, and an invitation to simply be in all our potential as we float on, deeper and deeper into the quiet night. Now, let's combine these ideas, superposition and the observer effect, to explore what happens when quantum systems become linked. This leads us to one of the most famously strange, yet deeply beautiful concepts in all of science. It is a phenomenon Albert Einstein called spooky action at a distance. Today we call it quantum entanglement. It is a state of profound and intimate connection, a bond between particles that seems to defy our conventional understanding of space and time. It is a quiet testament to the holistic, non-local nature of the quantum universe, a whisper that everything is, in some fundamental way, connected. Imagine we have two electrons that are created together in a special way so that their properties are linked. For instance, we can create them so that we know their total spin must be 0. This means that if one is spin up, the other must be spin down to cancel it out. This pair of electrons is now what we call an entangled pair. They are now a single quantum system, described by a single wave function, even if we separate them. They are like two sides of our spinning coin, forever linked in their opposition. While they are unobserved, both are in a superposition of spin up and spin down. Now let's take these two entangled electrons and separate them. We can send one to the other side of the room, or to the other side of the country, or even to the other side of the galaxy. It makes no difference how far apart they are. As long as they remain unobserved, they both remain in their indefinite state of superposition, two spinning coins linked by an invisible bond. They are a single entity, a single reality, stretched across a vast distance. The space between them does not sever their connection. It is irrelevant to their shared state of being. Here is where the quiet mystery deepens. Let's say you decide to measure the electron that is here with you. The moment you observe it, its superposition collapses, and it randomly chooses a state, let's say, spin up. Because you know the total spin must be zero, you instantly know with absolute certainty that the other electron, no matter how far away it is, must have collapsed into the spin-down state. It is not that it was always spin down and you just discovered it. Its state was genuinely undecided until the moment you measured its partner. The state of the distant particle seems to be determined instantly by the measurement of the local one. This is the spooky action that bothered Einstein. It seems to suggest that information is traveling faster than the speed of light, which should be impossible. However, this is a subtle illusion. No information is actually being sent. You cannot use entanglement to send a message. Why? Because the outcome of your measurement is completely random. You cannot force your local electron to be, spin up to send A, 0, or go, spin down to send A coil, 1, Monday Y. You simply get what you get, a random outcome. A better way to think of entanglement is not as two separate particles communicating, but as two parts of a single system that were never truly separate to begin with. Imagine you have a pair of gloves, one left and one right. You put them into two separate boxes and send one to a friend on the moon. You open your box and see you have the right glove. You instantly know, without any information needing to travel, that your friend has the left glove. The correlation was always there, built in from the start. Quantum entanglement is a deeper, more probabilistic version of this glove analogy. The particles are a single, correlated reality. This profound connectedness is not just a theoretical curiosity. It has been proven in laboratories time and time again. It is a fundamental feature of our universe. It tells us that our intuitive sense of the world, a world made of separate, independent objects, is not the full picture. Beneath the surface, there is a hidden layer of reality, where separation is an illusion, where seemingly distant points can be part of a single, unified whole. It is a beautifully holistic vision of the cosmos. It suggests that the universe is not a collection of things, but a network of relationships. As you lie here, resting, you are part of this network. The particles in your body were forged in the hearts of stars billions of years ago. You are, in a very real sense, entangled with the history of the cosmos. The universe is not something external to you. You are a localized, complex expression of it. This idea of entanglement can be profoundly reassuring. It means you are never truly isolated. You are fundamentally connected to the fabric of reality, a part of a coherent, unified whole that stretches across all of space and all of time. Let the thought of this invisible, unbreakable connection be a source of comfort. Just as the two entangled particles share a single fate regardless of distance, perhaps there is a sense in which we are all connected, all part of a single, sprawling quantum system. This doesn't diminish our individuality. It places it in a grander context. It makes our existence a shared experience, a collective phenomenon. You are a unique and precious part of a cosmic whole, and your connection to it is as real and as fundamental as gravity itself. Let's allow this idea to settle into our consciousness. Superposition, entanglement, the observer effect. These are not just abstract scientific concepts. They are windows into the true nature of reality, a reality that is probabilistic, interconnected, and participatory. It is a universe far stranger and more wonderful than our ancestors could have ever imagined. And yet, for all its strangeness, it is the universe that has given rise to us, to the quiet stability of our planet, and to the calm of this present moment. It is a reliable, if mysterious, foundation for our existence. From here, our journey takes us into the quantum field. So far, we have spoken of particles as the fundamental entities. But modern physics paints an even more elegant and unified picture. The most fundamental things in the universe are not the particles, but the fields that permeate all of space. Think of a field as a vast, invisible ocean that exists everywhere. The ocean itself is the field, and the particles, like electrons and photons, are simply ripples or localized vibrations in that ocean. They are not things moving through the field. They are the field itself, excited in a particular spot. There is an electron field that permeates the entire universe. A localized, stable vibration in this field is what we perceive as an electron. There is a photon field, and a ripple in that field is what we call a photon, a particle of light. Every fundamental particle we know of has its own corresponding field, all layered on top of each other, all coexisting at every point in space. The universe is not an empty stage on which particles act. The universe is the stage, a collection of these vibrant, energetic fields. What we think of as empty space is just the quiet, ground state of these fields. This is the essence of quantum field theory. It is the beautiful marriage of quantum mechanics and Einstein's special relativity. It provides the most successful and accurate description of reality we have ever conceived. In this view, particles are not permanent. They are ephemeral manifestations of their underlying fields. They can be created and destroyed. A vibration in one field can transfer its energy and create a vibration in another, which we see as one particle decaying into others. It is a dynamic, fluid, and deeply interconnected picture of existence. So as you rest, imagine yourself not as a collection of solid particles, but as a complex, stable pattern of excitations in these fundamental quantum fields. You are a symphony of vibrations, a temporary, self-sustaining harmony in the cosmic ocean. The you that feels so solid and permanent is actually a coherent dance of energy, constantly interacting with the fields that surround you. The air you breathe, the light in the room, the gravity holding you down, these are all interactions between the various excited fields that constitute you and the fields that constitute your environment. There is a deep and profound peace to be found in this perspective. It means that the distinction between you and the universe is, at the most fundamental level, arbitrary. You are not in the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself locally. The fields that make up your body are the same fields that stretch to the farthest galaxies. You are a temporary, intricate knot in the universal tapestry. When your time is done, this pattern will unravel, and the energy will dissipate back into the fields, ready to form new patterns, new stars, new life. Nothing is ever truly lost. This view of reality as a set of interacting fields also helps to explain one of the great mysteries of physics: how forces work over a distance. How does the sun's gravity reach across millions of miles of empty space to hold the Earth in orbit? How do two magnets repel each other without touching? Quantum field theory provides a beautiful answer. The forces themselves are also carried by particles, which are excitations in their own fields. These are called force-carrying particles, or bosons. They are the messengers of the universe. When two electrons repel each other, what is actually happening is that they are exchanging virtual photons. A virtual particle is a temporary fluctuation in a field, a messenger that exists for only the briefest moment, borrowing energy from the vacuum to carry its message from one particle to another. It is as if two boats on a calm lake were throwing balls back and forth to each other. The exchange of the balls would push them apart. This constant invisible exchange of messenger particles is what we experience as the electromagnetic force. The same principle applies to the other forces. The strong nuclear force, which holds the nuclei of your atoms together, is carried by particles called gluons. The weak nuclear force, responsible for certain types of radioactive decay, is carried by W and Z bosons. And gravity, it is theorized, is carried by a still undiscovered particle called the graviton. All of the interactions that shape our world, from the gentle pull of gravity to the light that allows for sight, are the result of this ceaseless, silent conversation between particles, mediated by these quantum messengers. Imagine the space around you, which seems so empty and quiet, is actually teeming with this invisible activity, a constant, effervescent exchange of virtual particles popping in and out of existence, carrying the fundamental forces that give the world its structure and coherence. It is a silent, subatomic storm that holds your world together, ensuring that the floor remains solid beneath you and the air remains in your lungs. It is the ultimate expression of the universe's interconnectedness, a constant, underlying communication that happens at every point in space, at every moment in time. Let this image be a final lullaby for this section of our journey. The world is not static. It is a dynamic, ceaselessly interacting web of fields and forces. You are held together and held to the earth by a constant, invisible rain of messenger particles. It is a system of perfect, self-regulating balance, a hidden layer of activity that creates the stillness you now feel. There is nothing to do but trust in this process, to let go and allow this fundamental, reliable physics to hold you, support you, and carry you gently into the deep peace of sleep. Let us now sink a little deeper into the very foundation of this quantum reality. Let's consider what we call empty space. In our minds, we picture a perfect void, a silent, absolute nothingness. But the quantum world reveals that there is no such thing as true emptiness. The vacuum of space is not a void. It is a plenum. It is a place of immense, seething, and yet perfectly balanced potential. It is the ground state of all the quantum fields we've discussed, the lowest possible energy level. But that level is not zero. This baseline energy is called vacuum energy, and it fills every cubic centimeter of the cosmos. This sea of vacuum energy is not static. It is a roiling, bubbling environment, often called the HOTA, quantum foam. From this foam, for impossibly brief moments, particles and their antimatter partners spontaneously emerge from nothing, borrowing their existence from the energy of the field. They are called virtual particles, ELH. They flash into being, exist for a fleeting instant shorter than any clock could measure, and then annihilate each other, returning their borrowed energy back to the vacuum. This happens everywhere, all the time. The silence of your room is, at a subatomic level, filled with the gentle, constant whisper of particles being born, and then returning to potential. This is not chaos. It is a perfect, self-correcting balance. For every particle that emerges, its opposite emerges with it, ensuring that all the fundamental laws of conservation are upheld. It is a form of cosmic accounting that always resolves to zero. This underlying fizz of reality is the source of many subtle but profound effects. It is the reason black holes can slowly evaporate over eons, and it contributes to the very structure and expansion of the cosmos itself. The universe's seemingly empty canvas is in fact a masterpiece of vibrant, hidden activity, a silent engine of potential running constantly in the background. There is a deep comfort in this idea. It means that stillness is not an absence of life, but a perfect equilibrium of it. The quiet you are experiencing right now is not empty. It is full. It is full of the potential for existence. It is a gentle reminder that even in moments of profound stillness and silence, the universe is endlessly creative, endlessly dynamic, but in a way that is so perfectly balanced that it results in a state of deep and abiding peace. You are floating in an ocean of this quiet, generative energy held in a perfect state of calm by its fundamental, unwavering balance. This constant bubbling of virtual particles also refines our understanding of the forces we discussed. The exchange of messenger particles, like the virtual photons that create the electromagnetic force, is in fact this very process. Two electrons don't create a photon from nothing. They disturb the quantum field between them, causing a virtual photon to emerge from the vacuum foam, carry a message of repulsion, and then disappear back into the foam. All the forces that structure our reality are mediated by these fleeting messengers, born from the energy of the void itself. The universe communicates with itself through these ghostly, ephemeral whispers. Let your mind gently hold this image, a universe where nothing is truly empty, where silence is the sound of perfect balance, and where the very fabric of space is a shimmering sea of potential. It is a vision of reality that is both profoundly complex and beautifully simple. It replaces the cold idea of a dead void with the warm, vibrant concept of a living, breathing vacuum. As you rest within this space, you are part of this fundamental vibrancy, a stable island in a gentle quantum sea, perfectly supported and perfectly at peace. This inherent fuzziness of the quantum world, this constant emergence and disappearance of virtual particles, leads us to another of its core principles. It is a principle that speaks to the fundamental limits of knowledge, not as a failure, but as an intrinsic property of nature. It is Werner Heisenberg's famous uncertainty principle. It is not a statement about the clumsiness of our measurements, but a profound truth about the nature of reality itself. It is a cosmic law that there are certain pairs of properties that can never be known with perfect precision at the same time. The most famous of these pairs is position and momentum. The uncertainty principle states that the more precisely you know the position of a particle, the less precisely you can possibly know its momentum, that is, its speed and direction. And conversely, the more precisely you know its momentum, the less precisely you can know its location. It's a fundamental trade-off built into the fabric of reality. To know exactly where a particle is, its wave of potential must be squeezed into a single sharp spike. But a sharp spike like that contains a huge range of frequencies, which corresponds to a huge uncertainty in momentum. Imagine trying to determine the exact frequency of a musical note. To do so, you need to listen to it for a while, to let the wave play out. If you only listen for a tiny fraction of a second, you can know precisely when the note occurred, but you can't be sure of its exact pitch. To know the pitch, you must sacrifice knowledge of the exact moment. This is a deep analogy for the quantum world. Position is like the when, and momentum is like the pitch. Nature demands this trade-off. It does not allow for a particle to possess both a perfectly defined location and a perfectly defined momentum. Such a state simply cannot exist. This principle is a source of profound calm. It is the universe telling us that some things are unknowable, not because we are not clever enough, but because they are not knowable in the absolute sense we might demand. It releases us from the burden of perfect certainty. It allows for a gentle fuzziness, a softness at the edges of reality. The universe does not operate on absolute, rigid certainties, but on a beautiful interplay of probabilities and complementary properties. As you let go of the day, you can also let go of the need for absolute answers and rest in the gentle uncertainty that is your own natural state as you drift toward sleep. This intrinsic uncertainty is not a flaw. It is what gives the universe its stability and structure. If the uncertainty principle did not exist, the electron in an atom, having lost energy, could spiral directly into the nucleus, and the atom would collapse. But uncertainty forbids this. To be confined in the tiny space of the nucleus would mean its position is very well known. This, in turn, would mean its momentum must be highly uncertain, so uncertain that it would have more than enough energy to escape. So the electron is forced to exist in a stable, fuzzy cloud of probability around the nucleus. Uncertainty creates stability. The very existence of atoms, the building blocks of you and everything around you, is a direct consequence of this fundamental uncertainty. The solid chair, the soft bed, your own body, all are stable because nature forbids its smallest components from being perfectly still and perfectly located at the same time. It is a beautiful paradox. The fuzziness at the smallest scales allows for the solidity and predictability of our macroscopic world. The universe is built on a foundation of I don't know. And from that gentle admission, all the certainty we experience emerges. So let your mind rest in this thought. The demand for perfect precision is a human concept, not a cosmic one. The universe is content with, probably here, and, moving about this fast, more selexa. This inherent softness allows for flexibility, for stability, for existence itself. There is no need to struggle for sharp definitions in your mind as you relax. Allow your thoughts to become fuzzy, to blur at the edges. Allow your awareness of your body to soften, to become a general sense of warmth and weight, rather than a precise map of limbs. You are simply mirroring the fundamental nature of reality. This wave-like nature of particles, governed by uncertainty, allows for another phenomenon that seems to defy all classical logic. It is a gentle, almost magical process known as quantum tunneling. In our world, if you roll a ball towards a hill, it needs enough energy to get to the top before it can roll down the other side. If it doesn't have enough energy, it will simply roll back down. A wall is an absolute barrier. But in the quantum world, this is not entirely true. A quantum particle can, with a small but finite probability, simply appear on the other side of a barrier it does not have the energy to overcome. This is possible because the particle is not a solid ball. It is a wave of probability. When this wave encounters a barrier, most of it is reflected, but the wave doesn't stop abruptly at the wall. A tiny, faint part of the wave's tail extends a short distance into and through the barrier. If the barrier is thin enough, this faint whisper of the wave will emerge on the other side. This means there is a non-zero probability that if you go looking for the particle, you will find it on the far side of the wall, having tunneled through an impossible obstacle. This is not just a theoretical curiosity. Quantum tunneling is happening constantly, and it is essential for life as we know it. The sun in our sky shines because of quantum tunneling. The core of the sun is very hot, but it is not hot enough for atomic nuclei to have enough energy to overcome their mutual repulsion and fuse together in the classical sense. They get close, but they can't climb the energy hill that separates them. Instead, they tunnel through the last little bit of the barrier, allowing fusion to occur. Every ray of sunlight that has ever warmed the Earth is a testament to this gentle quantum leap. Quantum tunneling is a beautiful metaphor for a quiet, persistent form of progress. It is not about brute force. It is not about overpowering an obstacle. It is about the gentle, pervasive nature of possibility. It is the universe whispering that even when a barrier seems absolute, there is always a small, quiet chance of finding oneself on the other side. The wave of potential can probe the edges of the impossible, and sometimes, gently, slip through. It is a reminder that the world is more porous, more fluid, and more full of potential than our classical intuition leads us to believe. Let's rest with that idea for a moment. The quiet persistence of a probability wave extending itself into forbidden territory and occasionally emerging on the other side. There is no violence, no collision, just a quiet transition from one state to another. As you drift in the space between wakefulness and sleep, you are, in a sense, tunneling through the barrier of consciousness. You don't need to force your way into sleep. You can simply allow the probability of rest to increase, to gently extend itself into the realm of dreams, until you find you have effortlessly arrived on the other side. We have seen how a quantum system exists in a superposition of all possibilities until a measurement forces it to choose one. This moment of collapse has puzzled physicists and philosophers for a century. What does it mean for reality to make a choice? This question has led to one of the most imaginative and expansive ideas in all of science. It is not the only interpretation, but it is a profoundly beautiful one to contemplate as we drift. It is called the many worlds interpretation. It offers a radical, yet elegant solution. The universe never chooses at all. The many worlds interpretation proposes that when a quantum system is faced with a choice, for instance, whether an electron is spin up or spin down, the entire universe splits. In one universe, the electron is measured as spin up. In another, completely separate universe, it is measured as spin down. Both outcomes occur. Every possible outcome of every quantum event that has ever happened, or ever will happen, exists in its own parallel reality. There is a universe where the spinning coin landed on heads, and another where it landed on tails. The wave function never collapses, it simply branches. According to this idea, we are living on one single branch of an infinitely branching cosmic tree. We only experience one set of outcomes, one coherent history, because our consciousness is confined to the path of our particular branch. The other worlds are not accessible to us, but they are just as real as our own. It is a staggering thought. It suggests the existence of a vast, unimaginably large multiverse containing every possibility. A reality where every road not taken was, in fact, taken on another branch, in another world. This is a deeply philosophical idea, and we can hold it gently, not as a proven fact, but as a comforting story the universe might be telling. It means that in the grand scheme of things, nothing is ever truly lost to chance. Every potential is realized. In some branch of this cosmic tree, your every good intention was followed through. Your every dream was achieved. It paints a picture of a universe that is maximally creative, a reality that explores every single possibility, leaving no stone of potential unturned. It is a universe of infinite variety and endless exploration. There is a certain peace to be found in this grand vision. It can lessen the weight of our choices and the regret of paths not taken. It suggests that our lives are just one beautiful melody in an infinite cosmic symphony. While we can only hear our own tune, it is comforting to imagine the richness of the entire piece. As you lie on the edge of sleep, your mind can sometimes feel like it is branching into different thoughts and scenarios. You can allow this mental branching to happen, to gently explore different pathways of thought, just as the universe itself might be exploring every pathway of reality. Let the idea of many worlds be a gentle, expansive thought, a cosmic bedtime story. It is a reminder of the sheer scale and mystery of existence. Whether it is true or not is less important than its ability to inspire a sense of wonder. It opens the mind to a reality far grander than our everyday experience. And in that sense of wonder, the small anxieties of the day can seem to shrink, to lose their sharp edges, becoming insignificant against the backdrop of an infinite, branching cosmos. Allow that sense of scale to wash over you, a soothing tide of cosmic perspective. All these strange quantum effects, superposition, entanglement, the observer effect, seem to hinge on this crucial moment of measurement or observation. This has naturally led to a great deal of speculation about the role of the observer. Some have wondered if consciousness itself, the act of a mind knowing, is what causes the wave function to collapse. This is a beautiful and poetic idea, suggesting a deep link between mind and matter. It places consciousness at the center of the creation of reality, a participant in the unfolding of the cosmos. However, it's important to state, very gently, that this is not the view held by the vast majority of physicists today. The modern understanding of observation is much more mechanical and less mystical. An observation is simply any irreversible interaction between a quantum system and its larger classical environment. It doesn't require a human mind. A photon interacting with a photographic plate, an electron bumping into an air molecule, a particle leaving a track in a cloud chamber. These are all measurements. The interaction entangles the particle with the larger system, a process called decoherence, which effectively makes the wave function appear to collapse. Decoherence is a profoundly important idea. It explains how our solid, classical world emerges from the fuzzy quantum world. As quantum systems get larger and interact more with their environment, with air, with light, with heat, their superposition states become incredibly fragile. The information about their multiple possibilities leaks out and becomes hopelessly scrambled with the environment. They decohere almost instantly, forcing them to settle into a single, stable, classical state. This is why we never see a cat that is both dead and alive. A cat is far too large and warm and complex to maintain such a delicate quantum state. So while the idea of consciousness shaping reality is a beautiful one for philosophical contemplation, the physics points to a more subtle but equally wondrous picture. The universe doesn't need us to watch it in order to be definite. It becomes definite through its own internal interactions. The transition from quantum possibility to classical reality is a natural emergent process. It is a testament to the universe's ability to build stable, predictable structures from a foundation of uncertainty and potential. The world we see is the result of countless quantum possibilities averaging out into a steady, reliable consensus. And yet, there is still a deep wonder in the fact that the universe has produced a system, the human brain, that is complex enough to become aware of the quantum rules that govern it. You are a classical macroscopic object, a product of decoherence, but within your mind you can hold the concept of a superposition. You can contemplate the nature of a probability wave. You are a piece of the classical universe turning back to gaze in wonder at its own quantum foundations. This is in itself a kind of magic. So as we let these ideas settle, we can find a middle path of peace. We don't need to believe our minds have cosmic powers, but we can appreciate the profound connection between the world and our awareness of it. The laws of quantum physics are not just abstract rules for tiny particles. They are the ultimate source code for everything that is, including the very mind that is now listening to these words, and the very consciousness that is now, hopefully, beginning to gently fade into the quiet, restorative darkness of sleep. Let's begin to draw these threads together into a single, soothing tapestry. We have journeyed from the pixelated nature of reality to the dual life of particles as waves of potential. We have touched upon the intimate connection of entanglement and the vibrant, energetic nature of the vacuum. All of these concepts, as strange as they may seem, point toward a universe that is fundamentally holistic, interconnected, and woven from a fabric of pure potentiality. It is a universe where uncertainty is the bedrock of stability, and where interactions create the solid world we know. The core takeaway from our journey is not a set of facts to be memorized, but a feeling to be absorbed. A feeling of deep reassurance. The universe, for all its quantum strangeness, is not chaotic or random in a meaningless way. It operates according to a set of profound and elegant rules. These rules are what allow for the existence of stars, planets, and life. They are the reason for the predictable rising of the sun and the reliable pull of gravity. The mystery of the quantum world does not undermine the stability of our world. It is the very source of it. This strange quantum logic is the operating system of the cosmos, running silently and flawlessly in the background. You don't need to understand its every detail to benefit from its function, just as you don't need to know how a computer works to enjoy a peaceful piece of music. You can simply trust that the system works. You can relax into the knowledge that the universe is not a haphazard accident, but a structured, coherent, and self-regulating reality. You are safe within its laws. Consider the atoms that make up the blanket that covers you. Each one is a small miracle of quantum mechanics. Its electrons are held in stable orbits by the laws of uncertainty. Its nucleus is bound together by the exchange of virtual gluons. The atoms themselves are just stable vibrations in the underlying quantum fields. The feeling of softness and warmth you experience is the macroscopic result of trillions upon trillions of these quantum rules playing out in perfect harmony. You are literally wrapped in a blanket of applied quantum physics. And now, consider your own breath. The oxygen molecules you inhale are governed by the same rules. They tunnel through membranes in your lungs. they bind to your blood cells, and they participate in the chemical reactions that give you energy. Every moment of your life, every beat of your heart, is a testament to the reliability and elegance of these fundamental quantum processes. You are not just living in the quantum world, you are a living, breathing demonstration of its principles. As you lie here in the quiet darkness, you are a macroscopic quantum object of immense complexity, a collection of some 7 billion atoms, all held together in a stable, conscious pattern for a brief and precious time. All of the quantum fuzziness, all the probabilities and superpositions of your constituent parts have averaged out to create the definite, singular, and unique person that is you. It is a statistical miracle of the highest order, a testament to the creative power of the universe's fundamental laws. Let this thought be a source of profound self-acceptance and peace. You are a product of the same laws that shape galaxies and ignite stars. The universe is not something separate from you. You are its way of organizing itself into a pattern that can think and feel and wonder. And now, you are its way of organizing itself into a pattern that can rest and heal and prepare for a new day. Allowing yourself to sleep is your own small, perfect participation in the natural cycles of the cosmos. We began this journey with the hope of making the complex simple, of turning a challenging science into a soothing lullaby. The goal was never to master the details, but to catch the gentle music of the underlying ideas. The idea that reality is granular, not smooth. That things can be waves of potential. That we are inseparable from what we observe. That the world is more interconnected, more fluid, and more mysterious than it appears. These are not just facts. They are poems the universe tells about itself. So let the specifics fade away now. Let the names like Heisenberg and decoherence dissolve into the background. Retain only the feeling, the impression. The impression of a universe built on a foundation of gentle uncertainty. The impression of a cosmos connected by invisible threads. The impression of a reality that is fundamentally whole, vibrant, and alive. This feeling is the true knowledge, the intellectual comfort that can soothe the anxious mind and pave the way for deep, restorative sleep. Your mind has done enough work for one day. It has thought and worried and planned. Now you can give it permission to rest. You can hand over the responsibility for running the universe back to the quantum fields and the fundamental laws that have been doing it perfectly for nearly 14 billion years. They do not need your supervision. They will continue to hold your atoms together, to keep the Earth in its orbit, and to ensure the sun will rise in the morning. Your only task now is the simple, gentle act of letting go. As we drift into the final stages of our journey, let your awareness turn inward, to the quiet space behind your eyes. The world of quantum physics, with all its strangeness, has ultimately given rise to this. Your own subjective, conscious experience. The feeling of the blankets, the sound of my voice, the gentle darkness of your room. These are the outputs of the incredibly complex quantum computer that is your brain. Processing the data of the universe and creating a model of reality that feels like home. Everything we have discussed tonight is the external story. The story of the universe, Eho-sho, out there, Heo-sho. But the ultimate truth is your own internal experience of this moment. And right now, that experience is one of growing peace, of increasing tranquility. The external world of particles and fields is fading in importance, and the internal world of sensation and stillness is becoming your entire reality. This is a sacred private space, and it is the ultimate destination of our journey together. The laws of physics provide the stage, the script, and the actors. But you are the audience. You are the one for whom this whole grand play of existence is performed. And now, the curtain is falling on today's act. The cosmic theater is quieting down. The actors are taking their leave. And you, the sole member of the audience, are being invited to rest, to let the story settle, and to allow your mind to be still, silent, and at peace. In this quiet, internal space, there are no paradoxes, there is no uncertainty. There is only the simple, direct experience of your own being. The gentle rhythm of your breath is the only clock you need. The warmth of your body is the only energy that matters. Let go of the cosmos, of the galaxies and the atoms, and come home to the simple, profound reality of yourself, resting here and now. This is the foundation from which all wonder arises, and the safe harbor to which you can always return. The journey into quantum mechanics is, in the end, a journey back to mystery. For all that we know, for all the incredible success of our theories, at the bottom of it all lies a deep and beautiful wonder. Why these rules and not others? Why is there a universe at all? Science can describe the how with breathtaking elegance, but the why remains a gentle, unanswered question. And in that unanswered question, there is a space for peace, for awe, and for a quiet sense of humility. It is all right not to know everything. The universe itself is built on a principle of not knowing everything at once. We can follow its example. We can allow the great mysteries to be mysteries. And we can find rest in the knowledge that we are a small part of a grand, unfolding story, a story far too vast for any single mind to comprehend. And that is not a failure. It is a liberation. It is the freedom to simply be without the burden of understanding it all. So let the final remnants of analytical thought dissolve. Let the gentle current of sleep take you now. You have been a wonderful traveling companion on this quiet exploration. You have held complex ideas with a gentle mind. And now it is time for that mind to be rewarded with the deep, dreamless peace it so richly deserves. The quantum world will continue its silent, perfect dance while you sleep, keeping the universe safe and sound until you wake. My voice will soon begin to fade, leaving you in the care of the gentle silence. But the sense of calm and wonder we have cultivated together will remain with you, a subtle energy that will carry you through the night. Know that you are resting on a foundation of profound and elegant physical law, that you are connected to the entire cosmos, and that you are held in a state of perfect, stable equilibrium. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to learn. There is only rest. Breathe in and feel the peace of the cosmos. Breathe out and let go of the day. You are a part of a universe that is both deeply mysterious and perfectly reliable. A universe of shimmering potential and solid certainty. And within that universe, you have found a safe, warm place to be still. Allow the stillness to deepen now, to become your whole world, your only reality. Let it cradle you, support you, and guide you into the healing realm of sleep. The journey is complete. The mind is quiet. The body is at rest. The great quantum story of the universe will continue, but your part in it for tonight is to sleep. To sleep deeply, peacefully, and restoratively. Let go now. Drift away. Allow the gentle tide to pull you out into the calm, quiet ocean of dreams. Rest well. Sleep well. The universe is taking care of everything else. And now even my voice begins to recede, becoming just another sound in the quiet symphony of your room. Let it be a gentle, fading hum, a soft vibration that carries with it the last echoes of our journey. The concepts and words are no longer important. All that matters now is the feeling they have left behind, a sense of profound peace, of deep security, and of a gentle, boundless wonder. Let this feeling be the vessel that carries you the rest of the way. Allow the simple physical sensations of rest to become your entire universe now, a universe of warmth, darkness, and stillness. Feel the gentle gravity that holds you. It is the same force that holds galaxies together, a patient, persistent, and reliable presence. It is the universe giving you a gentle, reassuring hug. There is no need to resist it. Let your body grow heavier still, sinking deeper into the support beneath you. With every slow exhale, Release a little more of your weight, a little more of your tension, giving it all to the steady, unwavering pull of the earth. You are being held securely. You are anchored in this moment of perfect peace. You are safe. Notice the quality of the darkness behind your closed eyelids. It is not an empty blackness. It is a soft, velvety field, full of potential. It is the canvas upon which dreams will soon be painted. It is your own private quantum field, a space of pure potential where the rules of the waking world no longer apply. Do not search for images within it. Simply rest your attention upon the darkness itself. Let it soothe your eyes, and let it signal to your mind that the time for seeing, for observing the external world is over. The time for inner peace has arrived. The air you breathe is a quiet messenger, bringing calm with every inhalation. Feel it enter, cool and clean, a wave of tranquility washing through you. It is a physical link to the world outside, but a gentle one. It is the universe whispering, "Be still." And as you exhale, imagine you are releasing the last remnants of the day's thoughts, the last traces of worry. They dissolve into the air, their energy dissipating back into the vast, calm ocean of the room, leaving you clearer, lighter, and more profoundly at peace with every single breath. The silence, too, has a texture. It is not empty. It is the ground state, the baseline hum of existence. It is the sound of the quantum foam bubbling beneath the surface of reality. It is the sound of your own body finding its equilibrium. Listen to that silence. Let it expand to fill your awareness. Let it become a soft, protective blanket for your mind, insulating you from the memory of the day's noise. In this silence, your mind can finally cease its striving, its constant searching for answers. In this silence, it can simply be, and that is enough. You have given your mind a great gift tonight, a journey through the vast and wondrous landscape of reality. You have contemplated the infinitely small and the infinitely large, and now that mind deserves its reward. The reward of complete and total rest. The reward of letting go of the need to understand and simply trusting in the processes that govern existence. The universe has been running itself for a very long time. It will continue to do so while you sleep. You can officially sign off for the night. Your work is done. Let the gentle weight of sleep begin to gather at the edges of your consciousness. Do not be alarmed by it. Welcome it as a friend, as a gentle tide, coming to carry you away to a place of healing and restoration. It may feel like a heaviness in your limbs, a pleasant warmth spreading through your body, a difficulty in forming a coherent thought. These are all good signs. They are the signs that you are successfully letting go. You are allowing your conscious mind to recede and your deeper, quieter self to come forward. There is a boundary between wakefulness and sleep. But it is not a wall. It is a gentle, permeable membrane, a soft curtain. You do not need to force your way through it. You can simply lean against it and allow yourself to be drawn through to the other side. Let the concepts we have discussed of tunneling, of probability waves, be your guide. Your desire for sleep is a wave of potential, and it is gently, quietly passing through that final barrier. There is no effort required, only a gentle, sustained intention to rest. As you drift, your sense of time may begin to dissolve. Moments may stretch or compress. This is a natural part of the process. You are entering a realm that is not governed by the ticking of a clock. You are moving into the timeless, eternal present of deep rest. Let go of your attachment to the past of your day and the future of your morning. Neither of them exists in this space. There is only this moment, this breath, this feeling of sinking. And this is all that you need. All that is real, right now. The story of quantum physics is over. The educational part of our journey is complete. All that is left is the gentle, steady descent into sleep. My voice is now just a rhythm, a cadence, a a familiar sound that means safety and calm and release. Do not even try to process the words anymore. Just allow the sound to be a gentle anchor for your mind, keeping it from drifting into less peaceful waters, holding it steady as the tide of sleep rises to carry you away. You are doing perfectly. You are exactly where you need to be. Let go. 2 simple words, yet they contain the whole secret to this moment. Let go of the need to control your thoughts. Let them come and go like clouds in a vast sky. Let go of the tension in your muscles. Allow your body to become completely limp, completely supported. Let go of the day. It is finished. It is in the past. It cannot be changed. It is a story that has been told. And now a new story is beginning. A quiet, dream-filled story written just for you in the silent language of sleep. The universe is built on a foundation of letting go. Stars let go of their light. Rivers let go of their water to the sea. Trees let go of their leaves in the autumn. It is the natural way of things, a cycle of release and renewal. Your sleep is a part of this grand, cosmic cycle. You are letting go of your conscious awareness so that your mind and body can be renewed. It is the most natural, healthy, and necessary thing you can do. Trust in this ancient process. Trust in your body's innate wisdom. Every particle in your body is in a state of constant, gentle vibration, a quiet hum of existence. You can now allow your own conscious mind to find that same state, a state of gentle, quiet vibration, without sharp thoughts or worries, a simple state of being. You are not a human doing. You are a human being. And this is the moment to simply be. Be heavy, be warm, be still, be quiet, be at peace. This is your only task now. And you are accomplishing it perfectly, just by resting here. Think of your consciousness as a single, gentle wave on a vast ocean. During the day, that wave is active, it crests, and it breaks. But now, the wind has calmed. The wave is becoming longer, smoother, gentler. Soon, it will merge back into the great, calm surface of the ocean itself. The ocean of your subconscious, of deep, dreamless sleep. This is not an end. It is a return to the source, a return to the quiet, powerful stillness from which all your energy and creativity will be born anew in the morning. You are safe. These words are a simple anchor. Let them echo in your mind. You are safe. The room is secure. The world outside will continue without you for these next few hours. You have done everything that was needed for today. You are free from all responsibility, from all obligation, except to yourself. And the one thing you owe yourself right now is this gift of profound and uninterrupted rest. You deserve this peace. You have earned this tranquility. Allow yourself to accept it fully. Let the boundary between you and the bed begin to blur. Let the warmth of the blankets and the warmth of your own body merge into one single pleasant sensation. You are not lying on the bed. You are becoming a part of the bed. You are merging with your environment. This sense of dissolving boundaries is a welcome sign. It is the ego mind, the part of you that insists on separation, beginning to fall silent. It is the beginning of a deeper, more holistic state of rest, where you are not just a person in a room, but a part of the room itself. The quiet hum of the universe continues. The quantum fields vibrate. The planets continue their slow, graceful orbits. The stars shine with a light that has traveled for eons to reach us. You are a part of this vast, silent, and perfectly ordered cosmic dance. And your role in the dance, for now, is one of stillness. You are the quiet center around which the whole world can gently turn. Your peace is a small but significant contribution to the peace of the entire cosmos. By finding your own stillness, you honor the stillness of the void. If thoughts should arise, as they sometimes do not fight them. Simply observe them without judgment. See them as clouds drifting across the vast sky of your mind. They are not you, they are just weather patterns. And like the weather, they will pass. Acknowledge them gently, and then return your focus to the simple sensation of your breath. The breath is your anchor in this moment. The breath is the steady rhythm that will guide you all the way down into the deepest valleys of sleep. In and out, a slow, gentle, peaceful rhythm. You are sinking now, a slow, gentle, effortless descent into a deep and comfortable place. It is like sinking into the softest bed imaginable, or floating down through warm, calm water. There is no bottom. There is only the continuous, pleasant sensation of letting go, of going deeper. With each breath, you sink a little further. With each moment that passes, the waking world recedes a little more, its sounds and concerns becoming fainter, more distant, less and less important, until they are nothing at all. Your body knows how to do this. It has been sleeping for your entire life. You do not need to instruct it. You do not need to manage the process. All you need to do is get out of the way. Trust your body's ancient wisdom. Trust its ability to regulate, to heal, to reset. Your only job is to provide the conditions for this to happen, and you have done that. You are here in a quiet, dark, comfortable place. You have done your part. Now, you can let your body do its perfect work. The separation between your physical body and your sense of self begins to soften. Where does your hand end and the air begin? Where does your head end and the pillow begin? In this deep state of relaxation, these questions lose their meaning. You are becoming a field of sensation, a warm, heavy, breathing presence in the darkness. Let go of the detailed map of your body. Let it all merge into one unified feeling of peaceful, weighty existence. You are not a body. You are simply resting. The darkness is your friend. It is a sanctuary. It is a quiet space where you can be completely and utterly yourself, free from the gaze of the world. Allow yourself to merge with the darkness. Let it flow into you, and let yourself flow into it. Become one with the quiet, peaceful night. In this state, there is no need for a name, a history, a personality. There is only a being at rest, a point of consciousness, gently floating in a sea of tranquility. All the roles you play during the day, the worker, the parent, the friend, the partner, you can now set them down, gently, one by one. Place them outside the door of this quiet room. They will be there for you in the morning if you wish to pick them up again, but for tonight, you are free of them all. Tonight, you are simply a consciousness preparing for its nightly journey into the source. You are shedding the weight of identity and becoming as light as a feather, ready to drift on the gentlest breeze. The gentle hum of electricity in the walls, the distant sigh of the wind, the soft rustle of your own blankets, all these sounds are part of the lullaby. They are the music of the present moment. Do not label them. Do not resist them. Simply let them be. Let them wash over you. They are the sounds of a safe and sleeping world, and you are a part of it. Each sound is a confirmation that all is well, that everything is as it should be, and that you are free to let go completely. You are on a gentle river floating on your back. The river is slow and wide and deep. The sky above is a dark, star-filled velvet. The water is warm, and it supports you completely. You do not need to swim. You do not need to steer. You only need to float. The river knows the way. It is carrying you gently toward the great, calm ocean of sleep. All you need to do is trust the current and let it carry you. Feel the gentle motion, the slow, steady drift, downstream into the quiet darkness. Deeper and deeper. The words themselves are now just gentle weights, helping you to sink further, deeper and deeper. Let each word be a step down a long, soft staircase. A staircase that leads to the most peaceful place you can imagine. Each step is easy. effortless. Each step takes you further from the world of thought and closer to the world of dreams, down and down, into a state of profound and wonderful peace. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to do, just this gentle, easy descent. The last embers of the day's consciousness are fading, like a campfire at the end of a long night. The bright flames of thought have died down, leaving only a soft, warm, gentle glow. And soon, even this glow will fade, leaving only the deep, restorative darkness. This is a good and natural process. It is the coming of a deep and healing peace. Allow the last embers to fade. Welcome the gentle, all-encompassing darkness. It is the darkness of the womb, the darkness of deep space. It is the darkness of absolute rest. Let your breath be the softest whisper now, so quiet, so gentle, you can barely notice it. It is the rhythm of deep rest. It is the sign that your body has entered a state of profound relaxation. Your heart rate is slowing. Your muscles are relaxed. Your brain waves are lengthening. Your entire being is harmonizing with the frequency of sleep. You are a finely tuned instrument, and the music you are playing now is a gentle, peaceful, and deeply restorative lullaby. You are almost there. You are standing at the very edge of sleep. You can feel its gentle pull. You can sense its profound peace. There is only one small step left to take, a tiny step of surrender, a final, complete release, a quiet whisper in your mind that says, "I am ready. I am letting go now." And with that final gentle intention, you can allow yourself to simply drift over the edge into the beautiful, welcoming, and peaceful abyss of sleep. It is time. It is safe. Let go. The universe holds you. The darkness cradles you. The silence soothes you. All is well. Everything is in its right place. The great cosmic dance continues, and you are a resting, peaceful part of it. There is nothing more that needs to be said. The journey is at its end. The destination has been reached. And it is a destination of pure, simple, uncomplicated rest. Let my voice be the last thing you let go of, as you drift away completely now. Rest well. Sleep deep. Sleep now. Just sleep. The day is done. The world is quiet. Your mind is calm. Your body is heavy. Everything is aligned for this moment of perfect rest. There is nothing left to do but allow it to happen. Allow the gentle waves of sleep to wash over you, pulling you further and further out to sea, a calm, peaceful sea of dreams. Let go of this moment and the next. Let go of everything. Just sleep. It is so easy to rest. So simple. It is your natural state. Your body craves this release. Your mind needs this peace. You can give yourself this gift without any hesitation. It is the gift of renewal, the gift of healing, the gift of peace. You are deserving of this gift. Accept it now. Accept the deep and profound rest that is waiting for you. Sink into it. Dissolve into it. Become one with the gentle night. Breathe in peace. Breathe out all that remains of the day. You are so very tired. A deep, pleasant, and welcome weariness. It is the feeling of a body that has worked well and a mind that has thought enough. It is the feeling of being ready for sleep. Honor that feeling. Surrender to it completely. It is your guide, your friend, your gentle escort into the world of dreams. Follow it down into the soft and waiting darkness. Sinking, drifting, floating, down, 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 into a place of perfect stillness. A place where there are no thoughts, no worries, no plans, only peace. A deep, quiet, and boundless peace. This peace is your true nature. It is always there, waiting for you, beneath the surface of your thoughts. And tonight, you are returning to it. You are coming home to yourself. You are coming home to the silence. Let the silence now take over completely. Let it be the only thing you hear. A deep, resonant, and healing silence. My voice is gone. The story is told. The studio is quiet. There is only you and the peaceful, silent night. You are alone, but you are not lonely. You are held by the universe. You are safe in its embrace. Now it is time for the final release. It is time to sleep. Rest now. Just rest. Let that one word be your final thought. Rest. It is a command. It is a permission. It is a promise. The promise of renewal. The promise of peace. The promise of a new beginning when you wake. But for now, there is only the ending of the day. The gentle, quiet, and welcome ending. Rest. Drifting away. So soft. So gentle. Like a leaf on a slow stream. Or a feather on the softest breeze. No effort. No resistance. Just a gentle, passive release into a state of profound calm. The world is very far away now. And you are so very, very close to sleep. Almost there. Almost home. Just a little further. Just a little deeper. Sleep. Let the word itself be your final destination. Sleep. It is a safe harbor. A quiet port after a long voyage. You have navigated the day, and now you can lower your anchor in this deep and peaceful place. The waters are calm here. The night is clear. All is well. You are free to sleep. Deeply, peacefully, until the morning comes. The journey is over. You have arrived. Welcome to your rest. Welcome to the peace you have sought. It is here for you now, in its fullness. Embrace it. Sink into it. Let it become everything. Let it be your whole world until the sun returns. Good night. Sleep well. And may your dreams be as peaceful as this quiet, gentle darkness. And now only silence remains. A profound and healing silence. A silence in which your body can do its most important work. A silence for you to completely let go. There are no more words. Only the gentle, steady rhythm of your own breathing, guiding you into the deepest, most restorative sleep. Rest now. Peace. ... This scene is pure silence. The narration text is empty to signify the end of the voiceover. The word count is technically 0, but is here as a placeholder for the script format and timing. The intent is for the listener to be asleep, and this is the beginning of the final fade-out of the video itself, with only atmospheric sound and visuals remaining. ... Silence continues. A long, restful pause. The space between thoughts expands into infinity. The mind is quiet. The body is at peace. This is the goal, the destination. The script now simply marks the passing of quiet time, allowing the listener to be completely immersed in their own state of deep rest without any further verbal guidance. ... The quiet continues. This extended silence is the most important part of the sleep aid. It is the space that has been created. It is the final, sonic blanket, now woven not from words, but from the absence of them. The visual prompts continue to suggest the most minimal, calming imagery possible, essentially a screen at rest. ... Deep, peaceful quiet. The listener is, hopefully, far beyond hearing or caring about the script now. They are adrift in the ocean of sleep. The script's purpose is fulfilled. These final scenes are for the small percentage of listeners who might still be awake, giving them a long, uninterrupted runway to finally drift off. ... The world is asleep, the studio is asleep, the narrator is silent. The only thing that remains is the listener's own peaceful, rhythmic breath. This is the final state of meditation, of letting go, a state of pure being, without thought, without effort, just the simple, profound peace of rest. ... The silence deepens. It is a heavy, comfortable weight. A presence in itself is the sound of healing, the sound of restoration, the sound of a mind and body at perfect peace. It is the end of the journey and the beginning of a night of perfect, deep sleep. ... The final moments of the video. The visuals have been black for some time. The atmospheric sound, if any, is at its most minimal hum. This is the gentle end. A slow fade to complete nothingness, designed to be as non-jarring as possible, allowing the listener to continue their sleep uninterrupted. ... Rest, peace, quiet, stillness. These are the only concepts left, not as words, but as the lived experience of this moment. The final gift of Sleep Science Studio is this space. This quiet, empty, peaceful space created just for you. Rest well. ... The final scene before the video file ends. It is absolute nothingness, the perfect state for sleep. The mission is complete. The listener has been guided from a state of wakeful anxiety to a state of deep neurological peace. The science has become a dream. The voice has become silence. ... The screen is black. The audio is silent. The file ends. Sleep continues.